Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're jumping right into a really fascinating reality that plays out in office buildings literally all over the world. We're looking at the story of the three colleagues. Specifically, we're going to unpack how three identical salaries can lead to three vastly different lives over time. It's a concept that completely redefines what it means to actually build wealth, and it all boils down to one core idea: income versus architecture.
So, picture this. You've got three colleagues working at XYZ Private Limited. Let's call them Arjun, Bharat, and Chetan. They're all exactly 32 years old. They sit on the exact same floor. They drink the exact same coffee from the break room. They get the same bonuses. And here's the absolute kicker: they take home the exact same salary, 2 lakh rupees per month.
Same salary, same job. But why are their financial realities completely different down the road? It's a huge paradox, right? Fast forward a decade, and one of these colleagues is incredibly stressed about money. Another has investments but is just completely confused. And only one has achieved absolute, complete financial freedom. So how does that actually happen?
Okay, let's dive into this. Path 1, the spender. This is Arjun's reality. Now, Arjun is what we might call the live-in-the-present professional. His entire financial philosophy can basically be summed up in this one quote: "I'll think about money later." It's a surprisingly common mindset, but man, is it dangerous. When it comes to planning, his timeline is always just, next year. For insurance, he relies entirely on that basic corporate cover HR provides. And his emergency fund, well, he doesn't actually have one. He just says, hey, I have a credit card. He is entirely reliant on debt to catch him if things go wrong.
It's honestly fascinating to see exactly where that 2 lakh rupees goes every single month. Arjun's priorities are highly visible. He's always rocking the newest iPhone, he takes regular international vacations, he just financed an upgraded SUV, and his weekend dining bill? Astronomical. Literally every single rupee he earns gets consumed by his lifestyle choices. The actual financial planning is just constantly pushed off. And here is the tragic irony of Arjun's outcome after 8 years. Thanks to appraisals and promotions, his salary actually doubled in that time. But because his lifestyle inflated right alongside it with absolutely zero planning, his stress tripled. He earns really well, sure, but every penny gets consumed, and his wealth never actually started growing. Right, moving on. Path 2, the collector. Let's look at Bharat's portfolio. Now, this next path might hold up a mirror to some of you watching because it is incredibly common among high earners who know they should be doing something. If you ask Bharat about his finances, he'll proudly tell you, I invest. And technically he does. He isn't spending everything like Arjun. But while he is putting money away, his strategy completely lacks any real foundation. I mean, think about this chaotic list of assets. He buys random SIPs, he throws money into a tax-saving ELSS purely for the deduction, he chases trending stocks, holds on to one really expensive insurance-linked ULIP, dabbles in a crypto token, and he even signed up for a portfolio management service simply because his uncle recommended it. It's incredibly disjointed. It's literally like owning hundreds of puzzle pieces without having the box to know what the final picture is actually supposed to look like. He has all these financial products for sure, but absolutely no plan. Because everything exists in isolation, nothing connects. There are no defined goals, no proper asset allocation, and no real risk strategy. So while his portfolio might look impressive on paper, Bharat actually has zero financial confidence. He's just collecting things. Which brings us to Path 3, the architect. This is Chetan's transformation. Meet Chetan. He's really the hero of our explainer today. His financial reality is entirely different. And his success doesn't come from picking hot stocks or just collecting random funds. It comes from working with a wealth architect. And his journey didn't start with that usual question of, hey, which mutual fund should I buy? Instead, the very first question asked was this: what do you want your life to look like in 10 years? Before a single rupee was even invested, Chetan's journey started with absolute clarity about his future. From that clarity, they built the wealth architecture framework. It's elegantly simple, but highly effective. Step 1 is the foundation, ensuring proper risk protection and a true liquid emergency fund. Step 2 is the structure, aligning intelligent tax planning with a really solid asset allocation strategy. And finally, Step 3 is the future, goal-based investing specifically tailored for big milestones like retirement and his children's education. It just brings beautiful order to what is usually total financial chaos. So the crucial point here is this:
In Chetan's world, every single investment has a distinct purpose. Every single rupee has a specific job to do. Having this deliberate, structured financial system is the ultimate key to true wealth. Nothing is left to chance.
All right, let's fast forward. The 8-year outcome, a side-by-side comparison.
And this brilliantly illustrates the real-world impact of their choices. We have Arjun, who earns well but essentially just owns stress. His wealth never grew. Then we have Bharat, who owns a bunch of financial products but completely lacks confidence in them. And finally, Chetan. Chetan owns a system that continuously creates wealth in the background while he just goes about enjoying his life.
Listen, if you take absolutely nothing else away from this explainer, remember this core message. Income doesn't create wealth. Financial architecture does. The difference between these three colleagues was never their income. Most people stop at random investing. They just throw money at products and hope for the best. But the truly wealthy, they build systems.
So if you're earning well but realize you don't actually have a financial system, it is definitely time to move past random investing. Which brings us to our final thought, a concept championed by wealth director and financial architect Ravi Prakash. Ask yourself right now, looking at your own finances, do you just have a portfolio of random products? Or do you have a system designed for financial freedom?